On 23rd of November 2019, Wikileaks published an email sent by a member of the Organization for the Prohibition of Chemical Weapons (OPCW) fact-finding mission to Syria to his superiors, in which he expressed his gravest concern over intentional bias introduced to a redacted version of the report he co-authored. The OPCW sent a team of experts to investigate allegations that a chemical attack took place in the Syrian town of Douma on the 7th of April 2018. The author of the email was a member of that team and says the redacted preliminary version of the report 1. Misrepresented the facts by leaving out key information, 2. Hide the fact that the traces of chlorine found on the site were merely tiny trace elements in parts per billion and in forms that could have been found in any household bleach. 3. Contained major deviations from the original report submitted by impartial experts, so that it had, I quote, morphed into something quite different to what was originally drafted. And 4. Suppressed a total mismatch between the symptoms allegedly displayed by the victims at the scene and the effects of the chemicals which were actually found. The symptoms seen on harrowing videos shown at the time of the incident simply didn't match the symptoms which would have been caused by any material found at the site. This is said to have been done at the behest of the Office of the Director General, a post that was held by a Turkish diplomat, Ahmet Üzmücü, at the time. He has since been replaced by Spaniard Fernando Arias. The attack in question was widely attributed to the Syrian army based on reports by the White Helmets and Islam's army that were present in Douma at the time, and this assertion was backed up by the US, British and French governments. These three countries carried out airstrikes against Syrian government targets in response on the 14th of April 2018. This was before the fact-finding team had gained access to the site in Douma. Now, upon the arrival of OPCW to Syria, the Islamist militants claimed the gas came from cylinders dropped from aircraft, clearly implicating Syrian government forces who had complete air superiority. However, the conditions of the cylinders may not be consistent with having been dropped from the air compared to the damage in the immediate surrounding area. To prove this, a document by the engineering assessment team of OPCW, which was also suppressed by the management of OPCW, was leaked in May 2019, which concluded that at this stage, the fact-finding mission engineering sub-team cannot be certain that the cylinders at either location arrived there as a result of being dropped from an aircraft. The dimensions, characteristics, and appearances of the cylinders and the surrounding scene of the incidents were inconsistent with what would have been expected in the case of either cylinder having been delivered from an aircraft. In each case, the alternative hypothesis produced the only plausible explanation for observations at the scene. In summary, observations at the scene of the two locations, together with subsequent analysis, suggest that there is a higher probability that both cylinders were manually placed at those locations rather than being delivered from aircraft. So according to these leaked documents, the UN's poison gas watchdog had butchered and censored a critical report on an alleged chemical attack in Syria, which led to a massive military strike by the US, UK and France without waiting for proof that chemical weapons had been actually used. Now, in your opinion, is the OPCW still a credible watchdog, and should we consider all its previous investigations on Syria null and void? I'm Gevorg Almasian of Syriana Analysis. I hope you will support this work if you appreciate it. Your support does keep this work coming. As little as $2 per month through patreon.com/Syriana Analysis make a big difference.